In the face of a thunderstorm, many are terrified. Me? I hop on my bike and try to get the best video I can. But I never dreamed I'd see a year with as many photogenic thunderstorms as 2019. This supercell, a single-cell thunderstorm, shown here, along with this far-away isolated supercell that ended up being dominant in a messy storm complex, along with a storm that sprung up to our south seemingly out of nowhere, were all part of my one of two storm days in April, the 3rd. This supercell came to us with a very prominent horseshoe on April 26th. May was rather uneventful, as it only had one eventful day aside from weak thunderstorms and the occasional small hail. May 26th, the day of the twin supercells. Here's twin number 1. This storm later managed to receive a tornado warning from the National Weather Service, while cell number 2 flew under the radar. Now comes June. Oh boy. The first storm that I was able to document on June occurred on June 2nd, in chronological order here, as the storm slowly transitioned into a high precipitation mess. Although on June 1st, a strong hailstorm did hit the area, and my friend describes it here.
The storm was really loud and it sounded like my house was being shot to death.
On the next day, June 3rd, a storm that looked mean on radar impacted our area, and I was surprised by how wimpy it looked in real life. Unfortunately, I did not get any documentation of this storm. The next major day was June 8th, and we got to start our chase by seeing a thunderstorm in its early stages, likely a multi-cell cluster. The next thing I knew, I was videotaping a beautiful mesocyclone and getting chased down the street by pea-sized hail.
Oh, there's golfers over there.
On June 17th, the next storm worth mentioning occurred. This high precipitation monster hurled rain and hail up the street, inducing a flash flood warning.
It's literally moving up the street, as you can see.
On the next day, a supercell fired very rapidly far away to our north. It was so large, however, that our view was still quite spectacular. To put into perspective how quickly the storm fired, this was the storm around 5:15. This was it around 5:30. Can you imagine how strong those updraft winds have to have been? From my perspective, this was the last substantial storm of the season, on July 4th, and after this most thunderstorms were weak and unorganized, like these two photos. And after this, more often than not, this was the case for most days. Fully sunny with no clouds, sweltering heat, and little to no instability.